Challenge, guys, was the 3 for free, and my best concern to tell you guys is really believe in yourself and believe in what you do. This truly changed lives.
Great tip.
Ash Silva, ashsilva.com. The size of your circumference and your life is determined by the size of your belief in who you are and what you can do.
Believe you can do it and follow the system. So how about any of you want to hear where they were before the challenge and where they are now? Kathy Swallowell, working in a medical office, 9 to 5. Now I'm home promoting the challenge every day.
My name is I'm a pastor. What I would just say is if I can do it, anybody can do it. Just stay focused and stick to the system.
Luke Swallowell, London, Ontario. I was a machinist when I started this company. I'm still a machinist, but I have a wife that works from home doing the challenge.
Marcel Paquette from Montreal. Before the challenge, I was 20 pounds heavier. I was broke. I had a stroke. Decided to do something with my life, and ViFamly4Life is changing absolutely everything, and anybody can do it.
Hey everybody, Nancy Drillette from Montreal. I used to play with the Olympic hockey team and working 9 to 9, Monday to Friday. So the big why is all you need.
Tisha Skuda from Cambridge, a one-star ambassador. I was a full-time dental hygienist, and now I am working 2 days a week and just enjoy sharing this beautiful, awesome company and challenge with absolutely everybody.
Guys, Carol from Toronto. I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years, found myself going through a divorce, had to go work a retail job, found this, put my heart and soul into it, and within 6 months became an ambassador. Now I'm full-time at home with my kids, supporting my family, myself.
Hi everybody, my name is Laurie. I'm from Cambridge, Ontario. I'm a one-star ambassador. Before the challenge, before ViFamly4Life, I was almost bankrupt, and this has changed our life and helped us grow with our 4 kids.
Linda Curry from Ottawa. I was working 4 jobs when I started the challenge. I was extremely successful in the sense that I made a lot of money, but it really depends on how you define success, because I didn't have time to do the things I wanted to do or spend time with the people that I cared about, and now I get to live that lifestyle, but I get to pay it forward. There's a lot of ways to be successful. There aren't a lot of ways to be significant.
Canada. I was a professional skating coach and absolutely loved what I did, but I really felt I wanted to help more. I just was missing something, and this fulfilled that. My tip, listen to your prospects. Everybody needs this for one reason or another, and if you listen to them, they will tell you.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley from Ottawa. I'm a nurse. I work in intensive care. Before this, I was a nurse who worked in intensive care who wanted something more, and because of the challenge, now I work as a nurse part-time because I want to, not because I need to. So it's made me a much better nurse. But I'll give you a little tip. Nursing taught me that people don't change their lives based on what they know. They change their lives based on how they feel. So ask people how they feel, because that's what they really care about, and now I get to help them get healthy before they need to see me in intensive care.
Hey everybody, Bobby Sullivan, one-star ambassador, London, Ontario. So 2 years prior to the challenge, I was pastoring a church, and 2 years after the challenge, I'm still pastoring, but just a bigger church. And so my biggest tip, the thing that I've really lived by over the last 2 years, and many of you know that I gotta say it all the time, but if you can grab a hold of it, then I think it'll take you somewhere. Is favor follows the faithful forever.
Hey guys, this is Roger Janelia from Bowmanville. For me, I was a casino worker and single, and since the challenge, now I'm a one-star ambassador and married.
Hey everybody, it's Tracy Stewart from Delhi, Ontario. I worked in retail retail for 28 years, nights, weekends, and I've been retired for a year, and I help everybody else.
Go back.
Good morning, everybody. Erwin and Eva McKinn, one-star ambassadors from Toronto, Canada. And before the challenge, I was in retail. Eva is in corporate, VP corporately. And we were looking for a place to win. We were looking for a place to contribute our talents, our abilities, and really help average people win. And we found that. We've lost weight. We're enjoying our life. But most importantly, we are looking to the future to help transform a generation.
One-star ambassador. I used to work the night shift at Purelator, and I guess the one thing I can definitely say is if you want something to change, then you need to go out and change it yourself. Don't wait for it.
Awesome, yeah. I used to own a network marketing company, so.
Hi everyone, it's Christy Malman-Noor and Osmond Noor from Toronto, Canada. And before the challenge, we were building another networking business, and unfortunately weren't helping as many people win. And with ViFamly4Life, I've lost 31 pounds already, 19 inches, and we are helping so many people win. And you know what, we see such a huge future to fight obesity with the people that we love and help them win and make a difference in their lives. So it's amazing.
I'm Danielle Johnson, one-star ambassador out of Bowmanville. Before the challenge, I was working 80 hours a week. The biggest tip that I can give everybody, lead from here. If you lead from the heart, the wallet will follow.
Hi, my name is Jim King, and I'm a realtor. I believe in what Jim Rohn says. He said, work on your living full-time and work on your fortune part-time. And that's what I started to do, but it really started with my daughter who lost 15 pounds. And she was looking really, really great, and I thought I would like to have the sexy back.
Hi, Min Gary Waterman from Mississauga, Ontario. I was concerned about my financial future and my retirement. That's no longer, I don't have to worry about that anymore. It's smooth sailing, and I know within this year here, I will be retired. And I'd like to say one thing, I'd like to leave you with one thing. Everybody in here has divine potential on the inside, and you have to make that inward journey on the inside, bring it out, and let it become on the outside. And there's nothing that you cannot do if you put your mind to it.
Before ViFamly4Life, I was actually extremely overweight, extremely obese, and I was also going through financial struggles. Now I'm slim, fit, and my financial future is very secure.
Great job. I'll give these guys some love.
You got to put your heart and your soul into it. So we're excited about introducing the next couple that are going to present up here. So please help us. And guys, high energy. These are great people, great people. I say he's my Canadian brother from another mother. So Matt Britt
and Papa.
I'm Matthew Britt. Very, very, very nice to be here in Toronto with you guys. Packed house. It's been an incredible 3 years so far. Actually, we're just approaching 3 years for myself being a part of the challenge. February 15th will be my 3-year anniversary, and it's incredible, to see what we've been able to do over the past 3 years. The first event I was ever at was with myself. And look what we got here today. It's been a crazy ride, and I thank you guys for just jumping on board with us, believing in what we're doing, our mission of life, health, and prosperity, and for being a part of something much, much, much bigger than all of you and me.
Time I said yes, and it's transformed my life. I get to keep my kids, and I'm debt-free, and met the most amazing man. So if you're single, ViFamly4Life is a full-service company. Covers all of your financial and emotional needs. So.
Paula and I get to talk to you a little bit about the Body by Challenge, a little bit of product education. Who's excited about the new challenge?
I went to, after 2 weeks, I went to St. Louis, being in the company. I just went with it, followed my upline. I got to RD in 38 days.
Follow the upline!
Oh, come on. Oh, she doesn't want to talk. That means you gotta talk. Come on, you're holding it, man. Hold that thing loud and proud.
I'm Laura from Toronto, Ontario. It's Chris. And I can say just follow the plan and believe in yourself.
Nice. Give her some love.
One quick tip. As you get to RD so fast, tell everyone how they can do the same.
The month before, my upline ambassador basically said, this is the month to do it, this is what to do. I listened. December 1st, RD.
Any tips that you want to share?
Don't take no's personally. Just move on, keep focused, and believe in what you do.
Fantastic advice. Give some love, everybody.
So much work, so much energy and passion when he speaks. Please help me welcome, get to your feet, welcome your CMO, Mr. Blake.
Up in here. Wow. Where's everybody from? Tiger City, 1, 2, 3.
Cambridge!
Like I know where any of those are, because I don't know where I am right now. You know, I appreciate everybody coming in. I know there was a lot of people that came a long way. I know some of you had to brave some crazy roads last night. You know, it's crazy. I was flying in from California yesterday, and obviously when you take off, you put the shade on the little window down, right? And then, you know, as you're coming into the approach, you put the shade up, and I lift the shade up, I'm like, that's a lot of white stuff out there. I felt like Rocky 4 or 5 or whatever, like flying in. I'm like, where am I going? I did not bring a big enough jacket for this. You know, driving on the way last night. You guys, I'm from California, right? So I'm driving in, and I'm in the car, and all of a sudden there's like a slanted hill, and we see all these red lights like lined up, and I'm just sitting there in the back seat going, don't slide, don't slide, don't slide, don't slide. So I feel like I braved a lot to get here, and I didn't come very far, so thank you guys. Round of applause for everybody who's here today. Definitely excited. How many guys are excited about 2013 already? A lot of energy, a lot of exciting things going on that I'll dive into and hopefully share some insights about kind of what's going on in the world of ViFamly4Life. Before I get into all of that, since it has been a while since I've been up here, and I know there's a lot of people who I haven't met, I look forward to meeting all of you guys through the course of your ViFamly's journey, building a relationship as you move your way up to the top of the promoting plan there. But for those of you guys who don't know my background, I obviously, like I said, I didn't grow up anywhere near here. I grew up in Southern California. Who's been out to Southern California? And grew up out there, very average upbringing. Matter of fact, a lot of people, when they meet myself, Nick and Ryan, right, there's 3 co-founders of the company, we're all relatively young, and they look at the results that ViFamly has generated in what appears to be a short amount of time. People assume we all came from some business background or business pedigree.
just so I can see who's in the room here, how many of you prior to getting involved in ViSalus were already entrepreneurs? You were self-employed, you were business owners. Okay. How many of you, is this your first leap into that realm of entrepreneurship? Wow. You guys give these people a big round of applause. For those of you guys that just raised your hand, my story's probably more like yours. If you were to consider, growing up in an entrepreneurial environment, I would have grown up in the environment completely on the other side of the spectrum. Ultra-conservative, very strict, by the book. Matter of fact, my mom is a principal, my dad was a cop. Not meant to be a joke, but you can laugh at my pain, I appreciate it. So when I say by the book, I mean by... Brian still makes fun of me. He goes, Blake, when you were a bad kid, did your mom give you F's and your dad give you tickets? I was like... Laugh at my expense again, I appreciate it. So, when I say by the book, I mean by the book, and I was taught from a very young age that in order to be successful, because I wanted to be successful. How many of you guys, when you were growing up, you wanted to be successful, right? I think most of us, right, from a young age, we don't want to grow up and be not successful. That's not an aspiration or a goal, right? We want to grow up and be what? Successful. And I remember following everything that I was taught growing up, and for me, at a young age, success meant I had to be smart. It meant the grades that I brought home to the family. Any of you guys grew up in an environment where grades and how you did in school was really stressed or really important, right? And I followed that to an absolute T. An absolute T. Right? I mean, I can still walk into my elementary school and see my name on a plaque as the outstanding 6th grader. I can still walk into my high school and see my name on a plaque as a student body president. I graduated there with a 4.2 GPA. I went to a top 6 university down there in the States. I got degrees in political science, with an emphasis in public law and a minor in psychology. I did all of that in a total of 3 years Latin honors. Yeah. You say wow, I say why? Serious, because I remember the first time I asked myself that question of why. I was 19 years old, and I saw myself going through the overachiever, right, doing all of this, building the resume. And I said, why am I doing all that? And that question was a turning point in my own life, because the only answer that I could give myself at the time is I was doing all of that because that's what I thought I was supposed to. It's interesting. At this stage of my life, I meet a lot of people. I meet a lot of people all over North America. Right? A lot of you guys know, just in the next couple weeks, I'll be in 25 different cities myself, 72, counting my partners, going all over the place. And I meet a lot of people, and I can agree that not many people can grow up in that strict of an environment. They don't relate to maybe everything that I did, but a lot of people do relate to their still today waking up, going through their days, doing things because they think that's what they're supposed to do. It's not what they want to do. It's not that they wake up every day and they're passionate about life after hitting snooze 18 times on the alarm clock. It's not that they're going to bed every night fulfilled saying, you know what, this is what I was put on this planet to do, this is what I was meant to do. A lot of people get stuck in motions and stuck in routines because they feel that's what they're supposed to do. I came up with a personal philosophy that when you stop doing what you think you're supposed to do, and you start doing what you were really meant to do, that's when the script ends and that's when life really begins. Very fortunate to be put in an environment at a relatively young age to start thinking like that. Got put in an environment similar to what you guys are in right now with ViSalus. All of a sudden I saw that there was another way, that entrepreneurship was really the vehicle, that if you put yourself in the right environment, anything is possible. Parents in the room, how many of you would agree that you become like those you surround yourself with? Fact? You guys, and ultimately that led to a successful tenure as a promoter within the direct selling industry, and for those of you guys that have heard the full ViSalus story, led to the creation of ViSalus. March, that'll be 8 years ago, coming up on our 8-year birthday in March. So I guess I can stand in front of you guys saying that I'm one of 3 people that has been with this company since it was an idea. How many of you have ever had a good idea before? How many of you have ever taken a shower before? Half of you didn't raise your hands. That scares me. We all have good ideas, but to be able to watch an idea become reality and then go beyond reality and really become a movement, which is what I feel we're a part of today, has been an exciting and very humbling thing. You guys, I'm here to talk to you guys today about what that idea has become, give you a little bit of perspective. What's the word? Perspective. Of what you're a part of. How many of you in the room have been with ViFamly for less than 6 months by a show of hands?
Less than 6 months.
How many of you have been with us less than a year? You can look around the room. Raise your hand if you've been with us for more than a year. Awesome. Very good. So we got a lot of people from a broad range in the room here today. Because I'm going to share with you some numbers, some perspective, for a couple different reasons. Number one is these are great numbers to write down because I believe documentation beats conversation any day of the week. It's also good for you to have that perspective so you know what you're a part of and what you're coming into as a promoter, whether it's 6 months ago, 12 months ago, or you got dragged down here this morning and you're still trying to figure out what all this is about. Okay? We started this company as an idea about 8 years ago, an idea to impact life, health, and prosperity, create life experiences, teach people health should be a priority when? Now. And teach people entrepreneurship was the way to transform their financial future and give back to other people. We started with that as the foundation, and 3 years ago, we got very focused on what you heard Mr. Britt talk about earlier. Very focused on taking on what we believe is mankind's #1 problem out there. To focus on taking weight off the world, we innovated the challenge back in 2009. I'm going to give you guys some quick perspective of what's happened over the last 3 years since the inception of the challenge. What you see behind me is how many people have joined the challenge over the last 3 years. Starting in 2010, 2011, nearly 1.5 million people started the challenge last year alone. You saw the fact earlier on the slide, that's over 500 million. 500 what? I say it like it's cool. 500 what? Million! Right, shake, serve. That's a lot of people. That's over 500 million people that have said, instead of going through that drive-thru, instead of taking that Big Mac, instead of taking that from the grocery aisle, I'm going to take a healthier, quick, convenient option. Over 500 what? Million! That's something you should be proud of. Almost double what we were a year ago. How many of you guys enjoy the 3 for Free program? An idea that came up in 2009, really innovative. We were the innovator of that idea. Why did we create 3 for Free? A couple of reasons. Number one is we know the odds of success go up dramatically. The actual fact is triple when you take a challenge with at least 3 other people. So the support is a key mechanism. But the other reason we innovated this program is because we didn't want anybody walking out of one of our challenge parties saying, you know what, I don't know if I can afford that. Because everybody can afford what? Free! We innovated the program as an idea. Over the last 3 years, you can see the number of free kits we have given away. 116,000 last year, or 2 years ago. 400,000 free kits last year alone. It's been interesting to watch the industry have to react to our innovation. How many of you have been involved in direct selling, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, outside of ViFamly? Okay, about a third of the room. It's been interesting to watch the industry having to respond to this program. I'm watching company after company after company after company copy the 3 for Free concept. While people can copy trying to implement it, we stand proud and tall having said you can copy us, but we gave away 400,000 free kits last year. On the marketing plan, he said the most important thing you can do is help a brand new promoter hit that first position and become a what?
Rising star.
Become a what?
Rising star! Rising star!
You guys, rising star, one of the most important things to focus on. Rising star transforms everything for a brand new promoter. Transforms everything. How many of you guys in the room right now are not yet a director by a show of hands? You guys give these people a big round of applause for being here and investing in yourself. Your focus is to become a what?
Director.
You can do that this month. Why is it so important? Because when you become a rising star along the way, you get paid. How many of you guys are excited about that? Right? How many of you guys like that part of the program? Right? You become a rising star, you get what? You get paid mentally. You say, this works. Where's your belief go? Where's your motivation go? You want to do what? All that happens when you become a rising star. You get rising star are successes in our business. They've made back their startup costs. They're aspiring entrepreneurs. They're on their way through the program. Last year, we helped nearly 35,000 people become a rising star. Again, nearly double the year before. Give you guys the perspective of how many people we're helping get outside their comfort zone and saying, this is the vehicle I'm going to use. This is another option. I'm on my way. To me, I'm proud of those 35,000 successes. 3 for free, stars and?
Cars.
Stars and what?
Cars.
I told you the number, guys. We are just past 15,000 if you count this month. 8,000 last year alone. That's nearly double the year. That's ridiculous. 15,000 BMW qualifiers is absolutely absurd. How many of you guys like that part of the program? Right? Anybody in the room plan on driving a free BMW on my Sal's? Let me hear you. And if you help enough people do that, you'll eventually be wearing the black what? We call those ambassadors. You guys were approaching 800 ambassadors in the company, 404 last year alone, again, nearly double the year prior. I'm giving you the perspective because what you're coming into, I know can be a whirlwind. I know we go fast. I know we're focused on the future. A lot of forward thinkers in the room, I'm sure. But sometimes you got to know where we came from to appreciate where we are and what you're a part of. How many of you guys looking at these numbers, just the pure growth over the last couple years, are excited to be a part of this company? You know, it's interesting. We'll release our last year's sales numbers here in the next few weeks. Obviously, being a part of a public company, we go through a process that'll go out in a big press release. And while I can't tell you the actual number yet, I'll tell you the growth, guys, it's not normal. No, I'm serious. It's not what?
Normal!
These slides I'm showing you is not normal. Most companies in this industry, if they had 5 people get the equivalent of a black jacket, they'd be doing hoopla for the rest of the year. We had 400 last year. Any future ambassadors in the room right now? That's not normal. When we launched the challenge in 2009, we had about 13 million in sales that year. In 2010, we went just over to 30 million. We're like, wow, this is exploding. 2011, that jumped to over 230 million. Last year, I can't give the official number, but I'll tell you it's between $600 and $700 million in sales last year alone. Do the math on that compounded growth. It's nearly 300% growth over the prior year. Wow. Not normal. Matter of fact, when we release our numbers and we start to look at what's out there, you start to gain that perspective of really what you're creating. Are we the fastest direct selling company on planet Earth?
Yeah.
Are we the fastest growing weight loss and fitness platform?
Yep.
But what's interesting is, people ask me all the time, how does that feel? How does it feel to create an idea that's now the fastest growing company in direct sales? You guys want to know the honest answer? Don't care. You ask Ryan, I'll tell you the same thing. You ask Nick, I'll tell you the same thing. Don't care. Because our aspiration was never to be the #1 in direct selling or the #1 network marketing company. That's way too small of a sandbox for us. You guys, our aspiration has always been to be a multi-billion-dollar mainstream consumer brand that takes on the #1 challenge we're facing as mankind today. That's the vision we built this company on. And I love this next slide because, again, it's perspective. I think when we post our revenues from last year alone, and the rest of these companies you see on the board post their revenues, what I think you'll find is the company that you're helping lead, the company that you're bringing to this greater Canadian market, the company that you guys are at the forefront of, is bigger than some of the biggest mainstream brands that a lot of you use every day. Right? It's bigger than, you guys have John Matthews? Right? Some of you guys are like, yep, no, some of you guys don't know. What's Jamba Juice? We will have passed last year, I believe when the numbers come out, we will have passed companies like Jenny Craig. We will have passed companies like Nutrisystem. If you were to go outside, right, I know there's nobody outside because it's freaking cold out there. I'm walking around like, my ears hurt. But if you were to find people somewhere outside, and you were to ask them if they've heard of Jenny Craig or Nutrisystem, most of them would say what? Yes. Yet you're a part of a company that is now larger than them, one of the largest weight loss companies out there. And if you go ask all those people if they've heard of the challenge, most of them would say no. An entrepreneur sits in the room and calls that opportunity. Calls that what?
Opportunity.
We did more sales than the New York Yankees. We did more than the UFC for the UFC fans out here. You guys, I'm showing you these numbers because you're a part of creating a mainstream movement. Our goal is to become, again, a multi-billion-dollar global consumer brand, a household name tackling the #1 problem we all face, taking weight off the world. That's what you're a part of creating. Wow. And I share these with you because, again, I believe documentation beats what? Conversation. How many of you guys ran into haters? No, come on, be honest. Anybody have any haters out there? Like, gotta love your haters. Gotta love your haters.
Oh yeah.
You will eventually, my opinion is this, if people are not talking about you, you're not doing anything worth talking about. Right? Truth. You can't come into an industry that's been going along on its way for over a century, completely disrupt it. Come in with an innovative mind, a fresh perspective, do things totally different and backwards than everything else. Walk on stage with an I Lost It t-shirt on instead of the suit and tie, right? You can't come in and do things totally different than an industry has ever been done, shatter every growth record that has been created before you, go out there and start to create a mainstream strip. You can't create that disruption without creating a few haters. Love your haters. But the reason I give you all of these facts is because as you grow your business, as you come across doubters, as you come across the naysayers, as you come across the Eeyores, as you come across people that tell you can't, which you will, inevitably, if you stick with anything long enough and you become successful, trust me, you're going to have to prove a few people wrong. Let them have their opinions. We'll stick to facts. We'll stick to what? Facts! Besides, the told you so wouldn't be so sweet if you didn't have people to say I told you so too. Who's with me on that one, right?
Yeah,
now here's what's scary. That was last year.
What are we going to do this year?
I'm excited about the new Body by My challenge. If that's what we did last year, what the heck's going to happen in 2013 with everything that's been rolled out over the last couple weeks and the energy within the community right now? You guys, it is game on in an absolute big way. Here's what I want you guys to understand, whether you're a brand new promoter here today or you're someone that's been with us a few years. The new challenge, everything we rolled out, it's a new message. It's a new what?
Message.
It's a new message. Are words important?
Yes.
Are they really?
Yes. Well.
I think Jim Rohn was the first to say, don't be lazy in your language.
Right.
Because I'm of belief that the words that you use are very important. The language you use are very important. Matter of fact, I think it's probably the most important thing. We all promote the same challenge, don't we?
Yes.
We all promote the same kits, don't we?
Yes.
We all promote the same prizes, don't we?
Yes.
We all have the same compensation plan, don't we?
Yes.
So the only thing that separates you as a promoter from you as a promoter, or you as a promoter from you as a promoter, or the rising star that makes a few hundred, to the ambassador that makes 100,000, to the 5 stars that are making 100,000 a month. The only thing that separates, we're all bringing the same thing to market. The difference is how we communicate that. Words are important. Because we became who we are. We became number one because 3 years ago we crafted a message that was the right message at the right time. A challenge. First you set a challenge goal. Then you select one of 5 different challenge what?
Kits.
They're all centered around a meal replacement shake. It's not going to cost you anything. It's actually going to
Save
money because it's replacing your meals. Matter of fact, you can even refer 3 and get it for
Free.
Now we got a 90-day guarantee.
Wow, you guys have heard this before. Then you focus on 3 for free, stars and
Cars.
help enough people do that. You're wearing a black
Jacket.
Wow. A message that we launched 3 years ago. It was sticky. It was viral. They created the fastest growing direct selling company and now one of the fastest growing weight loss companies. The message is important. Now the new challenge is a new what?
Message.
Is a new what?
Message.
Is a new what?
Message.
How many of you take your business seriously? Honestly, you don't have to raise your hand. I can see who's raising your hand and who's not. I'm looking for honest answers. How many of you really see yourself as a black jacket, $25,000 check? This is your off-ramp. This is your exit plan. This is your future. This is your business. How many of you guys is this your really up? Are you serious? Are you serious? Now, how many of you who are saying you're serious right now, if I asked you to name all 6 new reasons to take on the challenge in 2013, can name all 6? Verbatim. You might call on me, right? The message we just launched is the most effective message not only we've ever had, I'll dare to say it's the most effective message that has ever hit this industry in the weight loss sector. It is the most effective message. If you bring what we just launched correctly into your challenge parties, your business will explode. You'll have more people joining than have ever joined before. That will happen. Who believes me? You guys, I believe that, but in order for that to be the case for you, you have to master the message. You have to master the what?
Message.
Master the what?
Message.
You have to master it. You have to master it. Promoters in the room, even if it's your first day, you got to spend time. You should know all 6 things that are part of the brand new Body by Challenge, all 6 reasons to take on the challenge in 2013. Starting with the 90-day money-back results. Results.
Guaranteed.
Save money. You can get it for
Free.
and there's a results.
Guaranteed.
You can save money. Get it for
Free.
and there's a results.
Guarantee.
If you just learned that, you shouldn't have anybody ever leave your challenge party without at least jumping on the challenge. There's no reason not to. Look, you set a goal. You pick one of 5 kits. No matter which kit you pick, you're going to save money. It's replacing your meals or your grocery bills. How many of you guys have found that to be true, that you're actually saving money? You guys? Fact! $1.50 a shake. Even if you're on the transformation kit, that's $4 for 2 meals. You're spending more than that anyway. Fact! So you're going to save money, and by the way, if you refer 3, you can even get it for
Free.
And now, new this year, you use it for all 3 months. You use it for all 3 months. If you use the products as directed, you don't like it, there's a money back results what?
Guaranteed.
You have nothing to lose but
wait.
You guys, that message is undeniable. That message should have everybody coming into your challenge party saying, you know what? Hey, I may not be an entrepreneur, I may not care about this whole business thing, and that is okay. Because that's what makes ViSalus different than every other company in the home-based business industry. We like our customers. We love our customers. Okay? Customers are important. If somebody just wants to be a customer, is that okay?
Yes.
Don't try to tell a customer they need to be an entrepreneur. Some people are entrepreneurs. Let entrepreneurs be entrepreneurs. Let customers be customers. Can we do this?
Yes.
You guys, everybody who leaves your challenge party should at least leave as a what?
Customer.
90-day guarantee. Now over how much in prizes?
40.
I'll say it like it means something. How much?
47.
I remember when we started at 100,000 and we were like jacked out of we have $100,000 a year in prizes. Went to 10 10 million, people flipped out. Went to 25, it was like game over. 47 million isn't what we're going to do. That's what we did last year. That's a fact. That's a what?
Facts.
Over $47 million in free product prizes and vacations. Promote it. Use it. Projects?
10.
Projects?
10.
Project 10?
$10,000 for 10 people to lose 10 pounds.
I know, Miss Matt. They sit up here and they're like, that's pretty good. And I was like, that was horrible. What's Project 10?
$10,000 for 10 people to lose 10 pounds.
We're giving away what?
$10,000. 10 people. 10 pounds.
We're giving away
10,000. 10 people. 10 pounds.
Every week.
What's Project 10? Oh, we're giving 10 people $1,000 each, 5 males and 5 females every Monday. Well, that's true, but that's not it, right? What's Project 10? Oh, we're giving an I Lost It t-shirt, and you can gain 10 pounds and lose 10 pounds, and we'll pick 5 males and 5 females. If you're in by Thursday, you're going to select on Monday, get it in.
Huh?
Well, that's true, but that's not it, okay? Master the... Project 10, we're giving away...
$10,000, 10 people, 10 pounds, week.
Get the message now. We're picking finalists every...
Month.
When does that start?
February 4th.
Ends of this month. Everybody who enters our 90-day challenge before the end of this month will have our first finalists named on February 4th. So if you have people that are finishing their 90 days, get their entries in. Where do they go to enter?
Enter-to-win.bodybyvi.com.
Learning! The transformation vacation has been transformed. We now call it the... Comes with a shopping spree. How much is it?
5,000.
Where's that? How come the women always know the answer? Challenge Trainer. It's a brand. It's our educational platform. They did a great job covering it. You're going to see a lot of energy put from the company into your customers to help people succeed on their challenge. At the end of the day, guys, all of our job is just to help people succeed on their 90-day challenge. That's it. Did you realize that's what you're in the business of? Right? You're not in the business of signing people up. If you're in that business, it'll be a short-term business. You're in the business of helping people succeed on their 90-day challenge. If all you did was focus on that, the stories alone are going to create all the growth you'll ever need. You guys, results are contagious. True?
Yes.
Master the
Message.
What do you do?
Promote a 90-day challenge.
What do you do?
Promote a 90-day challenge.
No, what do you do? You guys, easy question. I mean, what do you do? You guys, yeah. I mean, people probably ask you this question all the time. Right? What do you do for a living? What do you do? Well, I promote the #1 fastest growing weight loss and fitness platform in the world. No way! What's that? Well, yeah, it's called the Body by Challenge. We give away over $47 million in free product prize vacations that people have transformed their body. 47 million? Yeah. Like Project 10. Where we give $10,000 to
10 people, 10 pounds.
$10,000? Yeah, absolutely. The cool thing is, right, it's simple and it actually not costs you, but
saves you money.
you can get it for
free.
Even a
90-day guarantee.
You have nothing to lose but
wait.
Hello? You have that conversation with people 10 times a day? Boom! Well, do people really ask you what you do for a living? Yes! Every time you ask them what they do! I don't know, I don't know anybody. Go ask 10 people what they do for a living. Let them ask you the question back and say, oh, funny you should ask. I promote the #1 fastest growing weight loss and fitness platform in the world. Oh, really? What's that? Well, it's called the Body by Challenge. We give away over $47 million, right? In free product prize vacations. People transform their body. $47 million, yeah! Right? Have you heard of Project? We're giving away
10,000. 10 people. 10 pounds.
Every week. No way! Yeah, what's even cooler is it doesn't cost you anything, actually.
Saves you money.
For results.
Guaranteed.
You have nothing to lose but
wait.
Talk to you later. You get it? Say I get it.
I get it.
Say I get it.
I get it.
Guys, master the
Message.
Learn how it works.
Be the messenger, not the
Spend
message.
time. Take your business seriously. You gotta learn how this stuff works. New.vi.com. There's a video by Nick Sarnicola that goes through the message, everything I'm covering up here. There's a video that I do down below that goes through all of the details on how this works. I know it's long. I know there's a lot of fine print in all the details. How many of you take your business seriously? You have to know how your business, what?
Runs.
Spend the time, watch the videos, do it over and over again until you master it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on everything, but there's a couple things I want to make sure we're very clear on. 90-day money-back results.
Guaranteed.
3 steps to exercise the guarantee. Number 1, you use a challenge kit for 90 days, and you take it as directed. Keywords?
Directed.
You guys, we know our program works. The only catch is it only works if you actually
do it.
Use it. Okay? Got to make sure people use the challenge kits as what?
Directed.
For at least how long?
90 days.
Second bullet is they got to go public with their goal. They got to tell the world what they want to do. Where do they do that at?
Challenge.com.
Where do they do that at?
Challenge.com.
Those that haven't figured out the answers are always behind me. Because this is the only thing we're really asking people to do, which means it must be pretty what? Important. Guys, it must be pretty important. I'm not going to spend a psychological rants on what happens when someone goes public with their goal, but I'll tell you, it changes everything. You want your customers and your promoters telling the world, i.e. their family and friends out there on Facebook, right online, this is what they're going to do. The accountability goes where?
Up.
Do you want your customers and promoters to be that accountable to their challenge, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, because ultimately our job is to help them what?
Succeed.
Guys, this isn't let's make them jump through hoops to make them jump through hoops. This is because we want them to what?
Succeed.
And them telling the world this is what they want to do is a key step in that direction. They've used the products as what?
Directed.
They've gone public where at?
Challenge.com.
Last thing, after 90 days, call the support team, do it within 10 days of completing. They'll walk them through that process if they want to exercise a guarantee. But I'm telling you, if they go public with their goal and they use the products as
directed,
you guys, we all know they're going to get results. You've seen story after story out here. We wouldn't put a 90-day guarantee in place unless we were absolutely certain we can go out there and help millions and millions and millions of more people lose millions of pounds like we already have. How many of you guys are excited about the 90-day guarantee? Yes?
I crushed
I know there's a typo on the shirt up there. I lost it. I built it. I what?
Built it.
I built it is what you get when you actually put on 10 pounds of muscle. I lost it. I built it. See if you guys are paying attention. The most important position for a new promoter to hit is help them become a
star.
Because in their mind, number one, they get what? Paid. In their mind, they say this. Their belief goes, their motivation goes, and they want to do
more.
What's the customer equivalent of Rising? Are you sure?
Project 10.
I hear mixed answers. Which one?
Project 10.
What's the customer equivalent?
Project 10.
The answers are always behind me. What's the customer equivalent?
Project 10.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, that's good. Someone starts your challenge, right? They're here. They're in the challenge party. Here's my goal. All right, they set their goal. They go public. They're ready to rock. Their goal may be to lose 50 pounds, 100 pounds, do this, that, or the other. That's the goal, and that's great. But all it takes is losing their first
10 pounds.
For them to say, this
works.
Their belief goes up. Their motivation goes up. And they want to do
more.
How many of you that have been on the challenge have experienced that whole thought process yourself? Alright? You guys, I'm not telling you that you already know, you've experienced it. You know, you don't have to have huge results. You start to lose a little bit of weight, you're like, whoa, right? You're like looking in the mirror a little longer, right? Might relationship dynamic changes. Paul, I've never heard that we're a full-service business before, but okay. It's the my life, we'll go with it. Project 10, I know it's hard to see. I know it just looks like maybe a logo or a fun program or $10,000 is cool, because Project 10 is about to become a viral movement. You may not see it. You don't have to see it right now. Have a leap of faith. Believe it for a minute. Watch what happens over the next couple months. Watch what happens. All of a sudden, people start to drop 10 pounds, put their videos up. We've had over 4,000 I Want It video submissions. All right, the starting video is called the what?
Oneness.
We're coming up on 200 I Lost It videos. When someone loses 10 pounds, their video is called what?
I lost it.
You guys, we've been doing this for like 2 weeks. We've already had, coming up on 200 I Lost It videos uploaded. This hasn't even started yet. You're going to start seeing on February 4th when we pick those winners, all these I Lost It videos start to hit the web. Then you're going to start seeing people get paid $1,000 for losing what?
10 pounds.
And you're going to start seeing videos of people flipping out, I get $1,000 for losing 10 pounds! And you're going to see 10 of those on February 4th. Backed by a bunch more people with I Lost It videos. Backed on the following week, 10 more people, another $10,000. With more I Lost It videos, and another 10 people, and another $10,000. Then another 10 people, and another $10,000. And another 10 people, and another $10,000. And another 10 people, and another 10. You thought people are sick of us on Facebook right now? They haven't seen anything. Documentation beats conversation. Dropping weight off the world 10 pounds at a time. Documented. By not company videos, not fabricated stories, real people, real results, real funny outfits and funny kitchens and funny videos and funny scales. Some of these scare me. And they're all, and I love it. If you want Project 10 to work in your organization, it has to start with who? It has to start with who?
You, me.
Reality check. Stand up if you have recorded your I Want It starting video. Wow. Give these people a big round of applause. For everybody else, where do you go to answer this? Enter.buy.com, which will redirect you to challenge.com. Enter.buy.com. The first winners will be selected on February what?
4th.
In by Thursday, selected on Monday. So the last Thursday is actually next Thursday, the 31st. You want all people that have lost 10 pounds to have their videos submitted by next Thursday so they can be in the running on February 4th, okay? Now I want you guys to understand, we'll select 5 males and 5 females, completely at random on that Monday. They'll be announced on the vision call. That'll be the very first. We'll do the same process week after week after week after week. Small detail, for those of you guys that watched the video, you probably caught this. How many chances do you have to win for every video, for the video you submit?
10.
10 weeks.
10 chances to win. As long as you or your customer that submits stays active on AutoShip, you will stay in the drawing for up to 10 different weeks following. So you actually have up to 10 chances of winning that $1,000. You guys like it?
Yes.
All the details are online at enter.buy.com of how to shoot a video. There is a right way to shoot the video. It's simple to do, but you gotta follow the right way. Why do we give a couple bullets on a video? You guys, because we understand there's gonna be hundreds, they'll start with hundreds, there's already thousands. Then there'll be tens of thousands, then there'll be hundreds of thousands of videos that we generate. We want all of those videos saying, hey, I'm on the Body by Challenge, I'm on Project 10 because I want to make $1,000, here's my starting weight, you can do it too. Because we know that those hundreds of thousands of videos are going to generate millions and millions and millions and millions of views. Millions of views that are all going to see who we are, what Project 10 is, and how they can participate. It's going to create a massive awareness campaign. We'll get more eyeballs through user-generated Project 10 videos than anybody that buys ads on the Super Bowl next week, right? Because we'll get more eyeballs through this campaign, through what happens on Project 10, than anybody that buys the mainstream advertising. Fact, watch what happens. You want to take advantage of this? It all starts with who? You. Shoot the video. Can you guys do this?
Yes.
Can you do this?
Yes.
I was on my Facebook page a couple days ago, and I watched a lot of the posts that people put up there. And, you know, one lady, I think she was in, I forget what city it was in, she came up to me. She had her 6-year-old son watch her shoot her Project 10 video, and then he so just had to do it that he shot his own Project 10 video. And I sat there and I watched a 6-year-old do this. I'm like, if a 6-year-old can do this, everybody can do this, guys. It's simple, right? So can we do this?
Yes.
Simple resources everybody on here should understand. These are just review, write them down if you're not aware of them, to help you bring the new message to the world. Memorize it, it's all at new.vi.com. How many of you guys are liking the new challenge party overview? You guys saw it earlier today? Online. How many of you guys like the new video on your promoter websites? Yes, we're getting massive reaction. Use your website, right? Your username.bodybyvi.com, brand new videos, a lot of feedback. Enter.vi we covered. Vineline's been updated. Success Mailer, you guys are going to see some surprises coming to your mailbox for those of you guys that are on Vinet Pro. There'll be some cool surprises coming out here in the next couple weeks. If you're not on Vinet Pro, I get on Vinet Pro, right, or Vinet Swipe, so you get that monthly Success Mailer. Cool stuff planned for 2013. How many of you guys have seen the new Challenge magazine by show of hands? How many of you guys like the new, and he is in the room, it's a loud applause. How many of you guys like the new Challenge magazine? Here's what I'll tell you about the magazine. It's a little different strategy than what we've done in the past, okay? When I open it up, number one, it's the most on-brand, coolest looking mag that we have ever done. What I'm most proud of is it's all real stories. You flip through 100 pages of the thing, there might be 3 photos of people that are not customers and promoters. Or all the rest are real customers, real promoters, real people, not just stock photos like most magazines are full of. Right? But what's most important about this magazine is it's one complete, comprehensive tool. Here's what I mean. For those of you guys that were with us last year, we had 2 magazines. One was the Challenge magazine. The Challenge magazine had no business in it because it was for acquiring what? For acquiring what?
Customers.
If you wanted to talk about the business, you used what magazine?
Success.
Oh, they're both great tools. The strategy worked well. Moving forward, however, we want simplicity. We want one message, who we are, lead with our brand. It's all in one magazine.
Nice.
So this Challenge magazine is the new message. Here's who we are. Here's the crusade we're on. Right? Here's what the challenge is about. Here's all the kits. Here's how you get it for free. Here's how we explain the money back 90-day results.
Guaranteed.
Right? Then it goes through weight loss, active and fitness stories, talks about promoters, all the way through the plant. It's one simple, comprehensive tool. How many of you guys like that strategy going into 2000? You guys are going to dive into the system a lot after lunch today. But to preface that, I need you to understand, these are the tools that are on message right now. You got the new Challenge magazine, you got your Body by My websites with the new video, and you got the brand new Challenge Party DVD that comes in the what? Magazine. If you're not using these, you are off.
Message.
If your team is not using these, your team is now off.
Message.
Will it still work? Yeah, just not as well as the new message. You guys, Abraham Lincoln has a quote, most of you guys have heard it. He said, if you give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, he'll spend the first 4 sharpening his
Axe.
This is the sharpest axe. The new message is the sharpest axe. It's the best message we've ever had. I think it's the best message that's ever hit the industry. If you're not using the message, you're not using the sharpest what?
Axe.
And if your team is not using the new tools, the new message, they're not using the sharpest. You guys ever played the game of telephone when you were kids? Right, I start right here with you, I whisper something in your ear, and we go row after row after row after row, and by the time we get way up there, it's totally different. You guys know the game?
Yeah.
You're about to play a very critical game of telephone. How many promoters do you have in your organization? 1, 2, 3. None of you guys know the answer to that? Come on.
80.
About how many promoters do you have in your organization? 1, 2, 3.
80.
Right, some of you guys have 3, some of you have 3,000,
How many are
some of you
active?
have 30,000. However many you have in your organization, they all need to be on what?
Message.
They have to be. Whose role is it to help get them on message? Whose role?
Mine.
Whose role?
Mine.
And in order for you to help them, you must first master the
Message.
Starts with the message, then supports with the tools. I'm not going to go through the compensation components because I think Kevin nailed this. but I do want you to understand the new pools that we rolled out a couple weeks ago, extremely important. Compensation drives behavior. Here's the new message. Here's the tools to support it. Now let's align our weekly compensation where everybody can get paid off the entire company revenue by just focusing on what they're supposed to do. Helping new promoters become, and helping people get their product for free. Yeah, this is what you should be focused on in terms of moving forward. Is everybody clear on what's going on this month in terms of the second chance? Is there anybody that's not, you can be honest, anybody that's not totally clear? Okay, so just a handful. So I won't spend a lot of time on this. You guys, here's the simple things. Right now, anybody can become a Rising Star. Doesn't matter when you enroll. How many of you in the room right now do not have Rising Star status? Well, okay, it's a lot of you. For those who just raised your hand, if you're not a director, all you have to do is hit what? Hit what? Before the end of? You guys, before the end of January. If you're not a director, all you have to do is hit director before the end of this month. You're a Rising Star, you get paid, and you have access to the pool. If you already are a director, but you're not a Rising Star, all you have to do is help somebody else hit what? Director. Help a person enroll promoter hit director. You will be Rising Star. You have that for life. You have the ability to get in the pool. Okay? That's the Rising Star pool. 3 for free pool. Your goal is first to get in the 3 for free pool. You have to qualify to get your product for free. The way the pool works is you have to do that in your first 30 days. Your first what? 30 days. It's just like the Rising Star pool. Okay? But we're running a promotion right now. We're going to give all existing promoters all the way through the end of February. The end of what? February. So everybody, the last chance you got is the end of February to get your product for what? Free. However, if you do it by the end of January, you do it by the end of what? January. We're going to give you double points in the pool for 90 days. So every time you earn, you essentially get paid what? Double. So the recommendation would be to get your product for free and then focus on helping at least one person do the same. For those of you guys that want the short summary for your notes, your goal by the end of the month is to be a Rising Star. You either go director or break a director to do that. Goal number 2 is to get your product for free and help one personally enrolled customer promoter do the same. Go Rising Star, get your product for, and help at least how many? One person do the exact same thing. Can you do this? Yes. Can you do this? Yep. Can you do this? Yes. Help your team do the exact same thing. Guys, we got plenty of time on the clock before the end of the month. I would not let this month end without knowing you are eligible for these pools. Number 1, you want it for your own compensation, but number 2, you want the story to tell for your group, because these pools focus your entire team on doing the simple things that make your business grow. If you get it, say I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Last couple things, guys. Why are myself, Nick, and Ryan visiting 72 cities, flying over 72,000 miles in 37 days? Because we love you. Because we care. All that's true. Why else?
Deliver the message.
You guys, it's because we know that this message we just rolled out is the most effective message to hit the entire weight loss industry. And if we can just get our community to master the what? Message. To master the message. You guys, not only will all of your businesses grow, not only will our company explode, but you guys, there's a bigger vision than that. We can go out there and really start to make an impact on what is an epidemic. We started this company 8 years ago with a foundation and a vision. Most people thought we were crazy. You guys, my work experience prior to this industry, I was a high school pool lifeguard. Nick was a TGI Fridays waiter. He wore flair. Don't tell him I told you that. We were part of a company that completely failed. From those ashes created an idea of ViFamly4Life. The odds of us succeeding, guys, nobody would have bet on. We grew that company, and then all of a sudden got it completely wiped out when the economy shifted in 2008. People thought we were done. People gave up on us. And we said, no, we have it within us. We can do this. We reinvented, reinnovated, launched the challenge. And now we've done things that nobody's ever done in this entire industry over the last couple of years. And we look at all of that, and we look back at what we've done, and I'll tell you guys, all that is the foundation. That's the foundation The last 8 years, everything we've done has been learning what works, learning what doesn't work, which a lot of times is even more important. Building the leadership, investing in the infrastructure, hiring the executive team, cultivating the field, developing the relationships, implementing the systems, innovating the technology, building the team. The last 8 years has been building the what?
Team.
It's been building, guys, it's been building the foundation for what we're about to do. If you've been on our calls, if you've been plugged into the community over the last couple weeks, how many of you guys have felt a heightened intensity? Have you felt it?
Oh yeah.
Have you felt it?
Yes.
You guys, there is a clarity of vision like we've never had before. Here was the epiphany. We said, look, this has always been the vision. What we've been building, myself, Nick, and Ryan, we spent a lot of time together in the back half of last year saying, you know what? Now's the time. We looked at each other, we said, look, our goal was always to make an impact on the obesity epidemic. Our goal was always to make a dent, do what we can. But we looked at each other, we said, you know what? Forget just helping. Forget just making an impact. We're the community that could lead the transformation and lead the change. You guys, the problem was caused by people. The problem that we're in right now of 232 million people overweight, right? I mean, 1.8 billion people across the globe right now that are fighting. How many of you honestly in this room, you have a friend, a family member, someone you love, someone close to you, that you've not only watched from a self-image standpoint gain weight, but more importantly and more significantly, you've watched them go down a negative health path because of it. Diabetes, heart disease, right? Blood pressure, cholesterol. Look around the room. This hits home and something has to change. We believe that if people cause the problem, then it's going to be people that solve the problem. And we're not going to sit here and wait for somebody else to give us a solution. It's not going to be some politician that says, hey, here's a new program. It's going to be a grassroots movement, creating massive awareness, boots on the ground, people in living rooms and cities and states and provinces on countries, leading by example, inspiring people with transformation. And we came to the conclusion that we could be the company that leads the solution to today's #1 problem. How many of you guys would like to see that vision become a reality? I know a lot of you in the room will doubt that bold statement. Just like people doubted us 8 years ago when we came from nothing, or doubted us 3 years ago when we completely restarted. There'll be a lot of haters. Smile, and what do we do with them?
Told you so.
Love them.
You guys, here's the scoreboard. You know I showed you where we started the last 8 years of building foundation and where we've come. Today we have a better, more crystal clear message than we've ever had. We believe we are that solution. We believe we can be that army on the ground. We believe we can be the innovators of transformation. We believe we can be that community and help lead that initiative. Starting this year, guys, we gathered 43,000 resolutions. We filtered 43,000 resolutions into 418 events on January 5th at the Resolution Rally. 418 simultaneous events, launching the most effective message we've ever had. Coming off those events, people pressed play on that new video 200,000 times in the first week. Our online engagement, which was already #1, has tripled in the last couple weeks. Absolutely crazy. The amount of Project 10 videos I showed you, the amount of people that are coming in, we're on a pace right now. Get this. We're on a pace right now that is over 100% faster than the pace we started last year at. Hello? For those of you guys that aren't good at math, that means if we just do what we're doing right now through the rest of this year, we will do double everything that I spent the first 10 minutes of this presentation talking about, over 100%. How many of you guys would love to see that happen? And you guys, we're just getting started. Watch what happens on February 4th when these videos start to hit, winners start to get selected. It becomes a viral movement. Watch what happens when people's Facebook pages start to flood with I lost it videos and I just won $1,000. What happens when everybody starts to master the what?
Message.
Pass the what?
Message.
Tools out to the 100,000 promoters throughout our community, and through those 100,000 reach millions of existing customers. And everybody on the #1 most powerful message, guys, leading with those transformations. You're going to start seeing people transform in cities, in states, at rates we've never seen before. Fast forward. You're going to start seeing us become the dominant player not only in US and Canada, but then we're going to take our mission all around the world. We're going to start that this year. Hint, hint.
Hint, hint.
You think about where we'll be 12 months from now, 24 months from now. Shoot, cast yourself out 3 years. Everything I just showed you was over the last 3 years. That was the hard part. That was the foundation. What happens over the next 3? What happens over the next 3 when we take what we've done here, build the foundation in US and Canada, and then bring it over to Europe and other continents all across the world? Do they have the problem there too?
Yes.
Do they have the problem there too?
Yes.
They need a solution.
Yes.
Can we be that solution?
Yes.
And pretty soon we start to repeat the success in country after country after country after country. Where in 3 years we may very well be in a dozen countries or so. And not just be in, but be #1, just like we are in the 2 countries we're in right now. Country after country after country, tackling a problem, providing solutions. There will be people in this room, truth! There will be people in this room that not just override a city like Toronto and their organization, or even a country like Canada. There will be people that override entire continents of production. Do you know the type of success, results, and income and financial independence that can create? Are any of you guys in this room? You guys, that's what will happen over the next 5 years. And beyond the success and financial abundance, what's so more important is all the lives that we will transform along the way and really going out there and tackling that problem. You see, I believe the further you go, the further you see. You have to have a little bit of vision of what's going to come to create the urgency within you today. How many of you guys like that vision over the next 3 years?
also want to have the ability to follow up and say, hey, what did you like best about the Challenge magazine? Make sense? A yes?
Yes.
I'm not interested. Another good one. Come up here real quick. No, just right here. I'm going to show y'all something. This is another nugget. He said, I'm not interested. Great. Shake my hand. Hey, listen, I appreciate you coming. Promise me this. When you do get in, you're getting in with me. No, you're going to tell me. I promise. You say, when I do, get in, I'm getting in with you. I'm getting in with you. How many of y'all know that I made a big deal out of that because I never want him to forget he's getting in with me. Do y'all see how this works?
Yeah.
Now what's going to happen? All of y'all now work for me. Because everybody that talks to him is working for who?
You.
Me. Because he's going to call me back when the time comes. It never matters to me whether they make a decision to get in today or not, as long as I get the commitment that when they do, they're getting in with me, because I know everybody's getting in. Make sense? Say yes?
Yes.
Periodically, your friends will lie. I mean, y'all got one laughter. Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. Your friends lie, and they lie often. Yeah, I'll be at your challenge party. Where are they at? They still ain't came. Call them the next time. I'll be at your challenge party. You ain't going to believe this. The canary ate the cat. Hey, come to my next challenge party. Okay. Hey, you ain't gonna believe it. The cat just ate the dog. I had one guy's grandma die 9 times. The sad part is that what he don't know is I have lunch with her once a month. I mean, y'all, this is crazy. When somebody doesn't show to your challenge party, don't invite them to another challenge party. Here's what you do. The next day, you drive to their house. Stop just short of their driveway. Make sure their vehicle's in the driveway. Make sure they're home. And then call them and ask them if they're home. Now would not be the time to lie. Hey, John, you in the house? Yeah, great. I'll be right there. 30 seconds later, I'm knocking on the door. He's like, man, that was fast. Man, this is important. Where's your blender? Just in case, there's some jacked up blenders in this world, so I'm going to give you all some advice. Make sure you got a good blender in your trunk just in case his blender's jacked up. I went into people's homes and used their blenders, and I could have stirred the shake faster with a Starbucks stirring stick. I hit the button and there's a hello, hello. Man, I hate to tell you this, bro, but you got a jacked up blender. I'll be right back. Get done blending shakes, taste that. Tastes good? Yeah, that tastes good. Where's your DVD player? I ain't got one. But my kids have got one of them X23 boxes. Great, let's go in there and use it. We plug that joker in, call the kids, tell them to hit play. We sit down and watch the DVD, get done. I said, Nick said you're 1, 2, or 3. Which one are you? 1, 2, or 3. Don't matter to me, but you're going to be one of them. Might I add, when I went to school, a number 1 and a number 2 was not good. A number 3 is the best. Pre-party, you know that when you're pre-partying, all we're doing is pointing people to the information. You are not the message. All you are is the interest piquer. You pique their interest and point them to information. Putting a person through 2 tools is ideal. Sending a person to 2 tools is what? Ideal. Because people need 3 exposures to make a buying decision. But listen, I get it. We live in a new wave. I want you to understand exposure to 2 is best, but exposure to 1 is better than nothing. Would y'all agree with me? So if all you do is expose them to 1, that's better than nothing. I want you to expose them to 2, but just expose them to something, right? Here's the other side. With today's technology, how many of y'all know if you expose somebody to 1, they're going to expose themselves to 2? I promise you this. The moment you expose somebody to a tool, their very next move is they type the words ViFamly into something called Google, whatever that thing is. Google. What is it? Google.
That's the truth.
I mean, y'all can tell I don't know the difference between a potato chip and a microchip. They type it in there. They expose themselves, don't they? The second exposure, man, they show up at your challenge party and they know more about ViFamly than you know. It's amazing. The main thing is expose them and you don't be that exposure. Sometimes people just start yakking off about everything. People are asking themselves 3 questions the whole time you're sharing about the challenge. Number 1, can I do this? And if you're out there yakking for 20 minutes about a bunch of stuff they don't even know how to spell, the answer is no, they can't. Or at least they believe they can, right? The next question they're asking themselves is, do I have time for this? One thing you're going to hear me say over and over again is keep your challenge party short and sweet. Keep your contacting short and sweet. If you're finding yourself on the phone with somebody 20 minutes trying to expose them to ViFamly, you're messing up. It should be quick. You're in a hurry because they're asking themselves, do I have time for this? If you're dragging everything out, the answer is no. They're asking themselves, am I willing to do to others what's being done to me? If you're weird, the answer is no. They're not. What do I mean by being weird? Sometimes people say, hey, come to my house for a barbecue. They come to your house for a barbecue and you start blending milkshakes. I understand you put barbecue sauce in them, but it still ain't a barbecue. That's weird. They're not getting in. That's strange. Soap companies used to do that to people. They'd bamboozle them. Don't do that. That's weird. Make sense? Say yes?
Yes.
What do I say when you call somebody, hey listen, just found out about 90 Day Challenge, I'm really excited about it. My goal is to lose 10 pounds in the next 90 days. Have you heard of it? No. Great. You got to watch this. Go to my website, watch a 6-minute video. Have you heard of it? No. Great. You got to hear this. 3-way them into the byline. You're looking at them live. Have you heard about it? No. Here, watch this. Pull it up on your smartphone. Play the video. 6-minute video right off your website. Have you heard of this? No. Here, read this article in the Challenge magazine. Making sense, y'all? Y'all understand? I'm not saying nothing. All I'm doing is speaking their interest. I'm pointing them to a tool. Make sense? Say yes.
Yes.
You got a first tool, second tool leads to your challenge party. Challenge party is your third tool. That's where they make their decision. If you just use one tool, they're going to expose themselves to the second tool. The bottom line is it all leads up to a challenge party, but I promise you this. If you skip all the tools and go straight to step 3, here's what you're going to get at every challenge party. I got to think about it. I got to think about it. I got to think about it. And it's going to be very ineffective because you haven't exposed them to anything. Make sense? You're also going to get hecklers at your challenge parties if you do this. If you just invite them to a challenge party or invite them to your house and then spring it on them because you haven't exposed them to anything, You're going to have one person that's being a jerk that causes all the rest of them in there not to want to have anything to do with it. So what you want to do is make sure you expose people to what they're coming to, so they're coming to your house and said they've already made their decision, they've already done their due diligence, they're coming to justify their decision of being a customer, joining us on the challenge, or justifying their decision of being a promoter to go promote the challenge. Sometimes they made a decision to be a customer, and their decision changes to a promoter at your challenge party when they see how simple it is. Make sense? Say yes?
Yes.
You got all kinds of tools to promote with. You've got the magazines, you've got the videos, you've got taster packs, you've got everything. Motion. Have y'all noticed how the pace back and forth? The people out there trying to film me. Would you just stop? Kills me. People get so aggravated. I look out in the crowd, I can just tell they're just boiling out there. If you just stop for a minute, I'll get a good one. Motion creates emotion. You think this is pacing? This ain't pacing. You ought to watch me do three-way calls. I have a beautiful yard, but all the way around my house looks like a dog track. People go to the gym to get cardio, man, all you need to do is follow me for a couple hours. I'll have your tongue hanging out. I'm on my, and I'm doing cardio while talking. I mean, it's real cardio. You got to move. I move. That creates emotion. People don't hear what you say. They hear your excitement. And some of y'all just ain't exciting. I'm just going to tell you, some of y'all just ain't exciting people. And it's okay. I'm like jacked up. I'm jacked up all the time. So here's what you non-excited people do. You grab 2 goes, drink it. Take a neuro, pour it under your tongue. Go run around your house twice and then start making phone calls. You call your friends up. Hey, listen, I'm so excited. You gonna believe this? They might not know what you said, but it don't matter. They just want to get in. Have confidence. Have confidence. Kyle, I can't confidence. I just got started. Yeah, but if you just got started, at least you know we're marketing a challenge where people's losing weight. They don't know nothing. They think Viagra and Cialis merged. They don't even know. Right? Don't ask Phil. I don't ask nobody nothing. I tell them, hey, listen, you need to go to my website. I don't say, hey, please, if you don't mind, when you get time. That's just weird. Hey, you need to go to my website. People need to be led, right? You need to read this article. Y'all see what I'm doing? It's instructional statement. Kyle, I get objections. Hey, listen, I don't know this. Hey, I think it's one of them triangles. I don't know. All I know is this. I just went over to Toronto. There was a bunch of people in the room, and everybody's lost weight. Everybody's driving a BMW. There's a bunch of happy people. Some guy said, pour powder under your tongue and run around your house 3 times. Get in. Be a pearl diver. A pearl diver does not go get an oyster and say, man, I hope and pray that there's a pearl in this oyster. And then they open it up and they ain't no pearl. And then they don't just like start hugging it, kissing on it, rubbing on it, saying, please be a pearl. Open it up, no pearl. Then they don't put it down and start sitting on it and try to hatch a pearl like an egg. Listen, here's what a pearl diver does. They open an oyster, they ain't no pearl, they throw the oyster, grab the next one, open, no pearl, okay, hey, there's a pearl, great, set that off to the side, grab the next one, no pearl, no pearl. So be like a pearl diver, right? You interested? No. You interested? No. You interested? No. You interested? No. You interested? Yes, I got one, great. Interested? No. Interested? No. Interested? No. Interested? No. Interested? Yes, I got one. Want to get on the challenge, want to get on the challenge, want to get on the challenge. Yes, I got another one. You noticed I didn't take these first 5 that told me no and put them in a wad and sat on top of them trying to hatch them, did I? I didn't rub on.
That goes back to the inches.
We got something called the SW rule. It stands for some will, some won't, so what next? Say it with me.
Some will, some won't, so what next?
That's how you build a business. Don't get hung up on any one person.
I did it in Europe for the first 10 years.
They want it for themselves. Share some life philosophies with you. You ready? If you're ready, say I'm ready.
Ready.
You cannot nail jello to a wall. You can't kiss a woman leaning away from you. You can't climb a fence leaning towards you. You can't get somebody to do something they don't want to do.
Person fenced against their will is of the same decision.
I've already told you, go to their house, stop just short of the driveway. A prospect lives out of town. Do everything the exact same way I just told you, except when it gets to the challenge party, you're going to do it online. Overview.vi.com. I can't move my prospect forward, Kyle. I've done everything. I know they're interested. I just can't get them to move forward. You're going to do a 3-way call with your upline. First thing I'm going to tell you is when you do the 3-way call, get a roll of duct tape and put it on your mouth. Here's why. Your job is to introduce your upline, and then your job is to shut up. Here's what I do with people that tend to talk. They think I got cell phone problems. Every time they talk, I stick my phone out the window at 65 miles an hour, and then I hit end. If you're bringing me on the phone to be the expert, let me be the expert. Sometimes during that conversation, I will pause. There will be a moment of silence. Silence does not mean you need to speak up, because when you do, my phone goes dead. Just telling you, your uplines are probably the same way. Bring us onto the call. Let us do what we do. You introduce us. You be quiet. You couldn't get them across the line. Let us get them across the line. Make sense? Say yes. Here's why it's effective. You have your prospect trusts you. You tell your prospect about the expert, which is promoting, edifying. There is now respect from your prospect to the expert. They will actually listen to us, and we can move them forward. Pre-party within the next 24 hours. If you're brand new, you need to schedule your pre-party. If you're not brand new, every single person you work with, you've got to schedule their personal pre-party so that when they have their challenge party, there's people that's actually there. You need to be present with them. Don't tell them to do it. Go do it with them. Here's why. When you're sitting there at their house, if you don't go with them, they're either going to quit your business before their first five phone calls or immediately after their first 5 phone calls. I'll prove it. They call the first 2 or 3 people, they get negative, they're done. Would y'all agree?
Yeah.
They never make the first 5 because they're scared they're going to get negative. They're done. You agree?
Yeah.
If you're there, they'll make the calls. When they get the negative or they mess it all up, just tell them, man, you sure screwed that one up. Give me a high five. Let's call the next one, baby. You're their security blanket. You're moving them forward. If you're there with them, helping them, all of a sudden they're going to get a yes. They're going to get a positive. They're going to get a victory. And now they're going to go to the next one, and it builds with momentum. You get one victory, now you got another victory. What's a victory? They got somebody coming to their challenge party. Makes sense? Say yes.
Yes.
Additional party promotions. This is a quick slide. Nobody's coming to your challenge party based on Facebook, tweet, whatever that thing is, text, email. That's all support material. They're only going to come if you talk to them on the phone or face to face. Make sense? Say yes.
Yes.
I'm not talking about this one. Somebody's doing an entire training on it. I can't even spell Facebook. Number 5, register for the next event. Right now, we are at the regional event. We have local, regional, national, repeat. Vitality is the national. Applies your business. The more butts you have in a seat in an event, the more people's going to get excited. The more people's going to leave there with a fire. The more people's going to go out there and blow the business up. Your business is going to grow like wildfire, but it's all based on events. Some people say, well, I'm going to do everything but go to the event. And then people never do anything. You know why? Because it never can be bigger than their little vision. Nobody ever sees anything bigger than just their living room. Events is where belief is built. You'll hear me talk a lot about belief. We call it bits, butts in the seat. Make sense? Say yes?
Yes.
Here's the regional success tour. Here's a slide for that. I can't read all the cities. Y'all know we are in Toronto today. Denver's happening simultaneously in Indianapolis, but next weekend, Los Angeles, Calgary, and Richmond, Virginia. Go look in your business, see who you got in those areas. Look at your list, see who you got in those areas. Get on Facebook, see who you got in those areas. Kansas City, Atlanta on the 8th and 9th. Orlando, Florida. Vancouver, BC, Canada. Quebec City. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Who do you know in the area? Get everybody to the events. Make sense? Say yes?
Yes.
Then we got the granddaddy of them all, right? We've got the National Success Training. Everything takes place. Everything that we're doing is all leading up to the National Success Training. This is what I call the glue. This is where all the belief is built. This is where all the dreams are created. This is where all the magic happens and the millionaires are made. You've got to make sure you're registered for the event so that you can make sure you get your entire team to the event. You can't get nobody there if you're not going. I stand in the back of the room and they said, how many of y'all's already registered? A couple of y'all had your little thing. Listen, do you want it? I know Blake was up here. Blake was up here and asked if you were serious, right? And everybody said they were serious. But my thing is, if you're serious, then you need to go get your education. Go get your motivation so that you can get your team there. So make for certain, if you truly want this, you got to be there. And what you're hearing me talk about, these are steps to success. It's almost like making a cake. Has anybody ever made a cake before? Yep, a few of y'all. Anybody ever made biscuits?
Yeah.
What y'all call them up in Canada? Waffles?
How about a Viking?
When you're making a cake, I challenge you on this. Go make a cake and decide to leave the flour out. It ain't gonna come out too good, is it?
No.
Go make a cake and decide to keep whatever you're sweetening it with out of it. It's gonna taste like crap, ain't it? So here's the deal. This is like making a cake. You can't leave any of the ingredients out or you're gonna have a problem, right? You gotta make sure all the ingredients in there, and one of the biggest ingredients is the National Success Training. Make sure before you leave here today, you get your application filled out for it, get it back to us so that you can be there and you can promote this to your team. Make sense?
Yes. Yes.
All of your actions, I'm going to flow through this real quick. All of your actions you do is going to determine your success. How many people you contact, and how many tools you're putting in their hands each and every day. You've got to set yourself goals. How many of y'all know you cannot determine your results, can you? I can't decide whether these 6 people want to do it, can I? But what I can decide is how many people I'm going to expose. And you can control your activity. So set little goals for your activity. Today I'm going to hand out 3 magazines. Today I'm going to contact 5 people and expose them to a tool. Maybe you're moved up a little further into business. Today I'm going to do a challenge party. Today I'm going to do a pre-party and a challenge party for somebody on my team. You've got to decide what your actions and activities are. You've got to set a goal for that, and you've got to go do that. Make sense? Say yes?
Yes.
Last thing I'm going to tell you is this. All this stuff I told you, some of you sitting there going, well, I'm not going to do all that. Stay broke. It's all volunteer army. You ain't got to. Everybody don't want to make, a couple $100,000 a year. I get it. That's okay. You don't have to. Maybe you don't want to make $1 million a year. Maybe you don't want to make $100,000 a year. Maybe you just want to make enough money to get by. Take what I said and dilute it down and do that amount to where you get what it is that you want. Because we all have different dreams and goals, don't we? I believe this. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to overdo it. I'm that person. That might not be you. But I will promise you this thing. If your dream is big enough, whatever it is you're trying to achieve, if it's big enough, it'll outweigh all the fear in the world. And I'll prove this. When I was very young in the industry and I had to make phone calls, I went to pick the phone up and it weighed 900 pounds. I'd pick it up, it was like it's on a magnet, it'd suck it back down. I'd pick it up, I was shaking. Matter of fact, I leaned back in my chair and looked at it, the phone was breathing. And it was going at the same rate as my heart. I'm going boom, 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 and it's going. And then all of a sudden I thought, man, I can't wait till that day I'm laying in my bed and I hear that vacuum cleaner and I look over and she's laying beside me. Give me that phone! And I started making phone calls because my dream outweighed my fear. Know what your dream is and it will outweigh your fear. Make sense? Say yes?
Yes.
We're going to bring up to the stage right now, y'all heard me talk about when we have a challenge party, we're going to have customers who say, listen, I just want to be a customer, I just want to get on the challenge.
You see the new pools today, right? We're excited about those. What if I could just take a few minutes and maybe help you guys hit those pools pretty hard? Would that be cool?
Yeah.
Okay. A few simple steps. Alright. Okay, so we've got the 2 pools. I'm going to be focusing on the 3 for free pools. We're going to teach you how to not only go into these homes and get people free product, which is going to change lives, right? Put money back in their grocery budget, maybe give them money to pay for something that's more fun for them. But also, we're going to figure out how you guys can maximize this comp plan. Do you see these hypotheticals? I'm not going to go over every one of them, but just look at these things. How would you like that? That extra money in your ViSal's account. You direct deposit that into your account. That's awesome, isn't it? Look at it, level 6, 729 promoters, $216,000. That's crazy. You're going to get points on the different kits. It makes sense that you're not going to get as many points for helping someone get a free balance kit as you would a fit kit, correct? Okay? So what are we going to be doing now? We're going to be pushing those big kit and transformation kits like we should have anyway, because everybody's spending money on the food regardless, so we're really not trying to hurt them at all. We're trying to help them to get healthy and see the best results possible on the best kits. This is how you're going to find your promoters who do not qualify for 3 for free. You're going to look at your dashboard, your quick reports, most everything is on your phone. I use my mobile app all the time. Check for those people. That's how you're going to find out where do I need to go. It's another thing. You're going to go in this quick reports. You're going to call everyone who has 2 or less. I like to start with the 2s because you know they only need 1 kit to get a free kit, right? This is going to be very simple to do. Just get that phone out. It really doesn't weigh 900 pounds. It's only like 90 pounds. You can do it, guys. Have that conversation with them. If I called you up and I said, hey, you've got 2 challenge kits that your friends have purchased from you, would you like for me to help you get 1 more sold so that you could have a free kit? Do you think he's going to say no? He's not going to say no. And this is something you've got to understand. Who would like retention? Because it's all about retention, right? And retention means just your customers staying customers. Well, you notice that ViFamily is doing a lot of things to help you keep those customers. Did you notice that if you want to keep your name in the hat for 10 weeks for losing 10 pounds or gaining 10 pounds of lean muscle, what do you have to do? Stay on auto ship. So we're trying really hard to make these people stay on auto ship to see these great results to help their health, but it's going to help your paycheck as well. So if you get them a free kit, they're not going to quit. So if you want ultimate retention in your business, customers staying on, help them get their challenge kit for free. Now I'm going to quickly tell you a few ways that you can run what we call a 3 for free party. I will tell you, I don't call my customers up and go, Mike, I'm going to have a 3 for free party for you. It's weird, right? We're going to have a challenge party for you, and we're going to help you get your products for free by getting you at least 3 customers. And that's their challenge party, right? And I'm going to reassure Mike that I'm not going to come in and I'm not going to talk about income, because this might scare him away, and Kyle did cover that. I need you to bring a few things. We've got a product display over here. You need to make sure that you have some of all of our products. People like to see things, touch things, feel things. Your challenge magazines, your forms, comparison charts. I'm really big on before and after pictures. Take the time to make the binder and before and after binder and make a frequently asked questions binder. It'll take you a few minutes, it might cost you $2, but it's well worth it, because when we go into the party, I can have one person looking at before and after, and those pictures, guys, they really sell the challenge kit. And then I'm going to have somebody else who asks me a question like, I don't know, what's something we hear all the time, like, is this okay for me because I'm a guy? You know, and I lift 4 million pounds of bench press things every day, and I'm not sure about the amount of protein. Well, that's in my frequently asked questions. I'm just going to simply open that page up to where his question is, and I'm going to let him see it for himself. Because what beats conversation today? Documentation. He thinks I know what I'm doing. I really don't have to know what I'm doing, because I'm just handing him the information. He's happy, I'm happy. Business cards, your swiper, very important. Here's why. When you're going off and doing 3 for free parties for all these different people, you're always in someone's warm market, but not your own. They don't know you. They are so much more comfortable with you swiping their card than you writing it down on paper. So let's try to get used to this swipers. I know it's new technology, and it kind of, at first it feels different. You're not sure about it. But I'm telling you, they're telling us it's the way of the future. We've always been innovators, so let's try to push that forward, and let's get comfortable using those. Your shake mix, your ingredients for your recipes, maybe some cookies, some products to sample. Here, you guys have Pro and you have Go Shot. Go Shots are a little harder to sample, so why not always have Pro at your parties and let everybody try a little sip of Pro when they taste the cookies? Very important. Who would like to keep having challenge parties to go and help people with? Because so many times people say, when I'm trying to call in and what we call force the calendar or fill them up with parties, people will say, well, I can't get anybody to book a party. Well, you miss the boat if you do a party and you don't book parties from the party. Have a paper calendar with you. I do everything on my iPhone, not a lot of this. But something about that paper sitting in front of them, they see holes, they start filling them in. I've got Tuesday and Thursday open, which one can you do? They'll normally fill in a spot. So remember your paper calendar, even if you, like me,
I'm immediately going to put it in my iPhone, because if not, that piece of paper is probably going to get lost. The customer or your host, they're going to provide a blender. Kyle has good information. Always have an extra blender with you, because sometimes those blenders aren't so great. Ice, cups, napkins, their favorite ingredients for the recipes. I only want you to make 2-3 simple recipes. It's not, let's just say more 25 shakes today. That's not what it's about. A DVD player, and like the blender, how many people have ever tried to do a party and the DVD player didn't work? Oh boy. And I stand there and talk for 4 hours. It's not fun. And they can't do it. It's not duplicatable. We've got to be simple, duplicated. Make sure that whenever I'm there and I'm seeing somebody, this person right here is on the edge of their seat and they're excited, I'm going to end up talking to that person about possibly becoming a promoter because they're so excited. But if they see me painfully doing 3-hour challenge parties, are they ever going to ask me about what I do for a living? No. A scale is a good thing to have with you, especially with Project 10. Upbeat music. Why? Because it gets awkward. If we're sitting around and everybody's looking at me and I'm trying to blend a shake and there's no noise, it's sort of awkward. So have a little bit of noise in the background. A great attitude. You can change your mood at the drop of a hat. If you decide you don't like how you're feeling today, you can change it. I don't care what just happened, with the exception of a tremendous tragedy. You can take yourself from a bad place to a good place. It's all here. Listen to loud music, watch a silly video, whatever you have to do, but bring that good attitude. And coach your customer on